Stirring the coffee with chopsticks on a Friday morning using the Vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee. At the molecular level, good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Nice. This morning it's Black Rifle coffee. This is a gift from my friend Anthony. Yeah, thanks Anthony. Good stuff. I've come to the realization recently that I like medium roast better than dark roast. You know, it's funny how your tastes and preferences change over the years. So be careful about how dogmatic you get about things in general. I used to like Maduro wrapper cigars, the darker flavors. Now I like a mild cigar. For some reason. Don't know why. I used to like darker coffees. Now a nice medium roast is good. A lot of things have changed with me over the years. So this is a lesson. Do not be dogmatic about things that will change. There's very few things in this world that are not going to change. Very few things. For instance, the love of God never changes. The love of people will change. The love of people will grow cold. And we're experiencing that in 2020. But God's love doesn't change because people change. Probably the only thing that you can hang on to. Your body's going to change. Your interactions are going to change. The way you love is going to change. The way you receive love is going to change. So don't, as they say, die on that hill. Is it worth fighting for? Probably not. What am I talking about? Anything. Is it worth dying for? Probably not, because things are going to change anyways. You only hang on to what you value. You only value what you hang on to. So this leaves you with two choices in life. Tighten your grip or loosen your grip. My advice would be to loosen your grip. The tighter you hold on to things, the more anxiety you're going to have. The tighter you hold on to people, the more anxiety you're going to have. Lighten up a little bit. Loosen the grip a little bit. You can't go wrong with that. There's no downside to loosening your grip on people and things. Have you turned off the television yet? It is a fear delivery system. You've been living in fear for the majority of 2020 so far. It doesn't feel good, does it? You don't feel good, do you? You have control over that. One of the things you can do is turn off the television and turn off the news. Do you know any women who have successfully carried on their deceased husband's company, ministry, or foundation? When the husband's dead, does his work go on? When I think about Melissa Scott, Pastor Melissa Scott, as much as people criticize her, she's carrying on the work of her husband. And there's something to be said about that. You like to think that your work just doesn't get thrown away after you die. And there can be a lot of frustration while you're living if you think about death too much. But will your work stop after you are deceased? Or will it be carried on? The man always makes bad decisions if he is intoxicated by sex. She will keep him drunk until he goes to the altar. Fact. Only then does he get sober. What he's getting from her, he can get cheaper, younger, and not trying to lock him down. It's so obvious in many relationships that women use sex. Men enjoy sex, but women use sex to control men. It's a fact. Sexuality is very, very persuasive. or the potential or promise of it. As someone I used to know would say, men are so easy. This was the observation of a very attractive woman. Men are so easy. Men, you can continue that, or you can say, I'm not participating in that. I'm not interested in being manipulated by sex. Men are manipulated by sex the same way women are manipulated by money. That is the truth. And of course, there's one person that says, money doesn't matter to me, or sex doesn't matter to me. Okay, one out of a bazillion people. You're not the rule, you're the exception. But you might be the exception at this stage in your life. Next year, you'll be manipulated by money and or by sex. Right now, you're acting like a monk. You're acting disconnected. Okay, I get that. All right, but realize this. Things are going to change. I read an article yesterday in the New York Post that let's stop importing doctors while American MDs go jobless. Kind of interesting. When I was in the hospital last week, I probably had contact with about 12 doctors. 3 of them were clearly American. And I'm not talking about just accents. So this is not anti-anything or pro-anything. But 3 were obviously very American. The rest had very thick accents and were not from this country. Just an observation, not a judgment. The article says, let's stop importing doctors while American MDs go jobless. Just look that up. Hey, I'm all for anyone who can contribute to my healing when I'm in the hospital. I don't check people's credentials first. But this is an observation that was brought to my attention by an American doctor. The world is sarcastic and mocking and teasing, and there's no place for that in a courtship or a marriage, unless it's kind of like a funny couple. You ever know funny couples? They're just always like, that's like their relationship. They're just teasing and funny and poking at each other. Not everyone is like that. But if you do that in a relationship and it's not welcomed, you're damaging the relationship. You're hurting it. Sarcasm without license is mere condescension. Some people are more sensitive than others. Some people are coarser than others. This is one of the reasons why relationships don't make it, is that people are usually on their best behavior. And they can only be on their best behavior for only so long before the real them comes out. This is why I say, remember this now. Date long, marry slow, divorce fast. Let me say it again. Date long, marry slow, divorce fast. Wouldn't you rather be dealing with personality issues in a person while you are dating them than when you are married? If you're dating or courting somebody and they flip out on you somehow, or they exhibit things that aren't things that they usually do, you're not locked into that. You can walk away. Now you can when you're married, but that's why I say date long, marry slow. Wouldn't you rather just work things out or experience each other's issues during dating and courtship? Don't wait till you're married. A pool of thirsty options, and that's just another word for men. A pool of thirsty options makes a woman cocky the way that money makes a man cocky. When women know that they have options, that at any given moment there's always 10 men that want to take them out for dinner, or be with them, or elevate them, or pedestalize them, that makes a woman cocky. Scarcity is a good thing. Because, for instance, in the dating world, women always have thirsty orbiters. I hate using that phrase. But a woman can go online onto a dating app and have 60 men in her inbox by the end of the day. A man, maybe one or two. Even a high-tier man, high-tier, might have one or two. Like a handsome guy with his act together might have one or two people reaching out to him. Women, 60. That was my experience when I talked to women who were on dating apps. That does something to a woman's head. Makes them a little cocky, knowing they have options. And you, sir, are always one mouse click or one swipe away from being replaced because of those options. Women cannot be alone for long. Oh yeah, I've been alone for 6 months. I guarantee you, you won't be alone for 7 months, miss. Don't manipulate the facts. And don't misrepresent your nature. You are enthralled by your thirsty options. That gives you a false sense of desirability. There is a lid for every pot. You know that fat woman with the ugly face and the fat legs and the big giant ass riding that electric cart in Walmart? There's a man somewhere that's going to look at her and say, I'd like to get with her. There's a lid for every pot. So don't think you're that special, okay? Even fat, ugly people have people that desire them. Yeah, but you should see the people that are coming after me. Okay. Good job. Their dick was in 1,000 women before it was in your mouth. So stop it. You're not that special. That being said, part 2, never invest in wacky. Believe me, I knew women that were normal at one time, just normal, whatever that is, who get like wacky and goofy, as if they fell down the goofy tree and hit their head on every branch on the way down. Goofy and wacky might be fun in the beginning, but after a while, it's abrasive. And you don't know when they're going to be goofy. You don't know when they're going to be wacky. Never invest in goofy. If it was just a certain time or a certain scenario, but the unpredictability of goofy is what can keep a man on his toes, and not in a good way. It's anxiety. Ladies, comfort your man. Control your damn emotions. Get off of your damn roller coaster or ask him for help. He's probably more stable than you are. That's a fact. I can talk to you for 30 minutes and show you how many times you got shit tested today and didn't even realize it. You get shit tested every day. You're being shit tested. Today, you will be shit tested. There will be people who will test you. If you're a man, women will test you. If you're a woman, men will test you. If you're a customer somewhere, if you're a consumer somewhere, you're going to get tested somehow, some way, somewhere. Will you fail or pass the test? Sir, you don't miss her. You don't miss her. You miss her body. You miss her body. That's what you miss. You don't miss her. The body can be replaced quicker than anything. You don't miss her. You miss the image of her body on you while you are having sex with her. The image of her on you, of her hips moving and her breasts moving in front of you, looking down on you, burns an image in your brain that creates an emotion that's very strong. That's what you miss. You don't miss the bullshit that she put you through. You don't miss how she broke up with you. You miss the body, which is the most replaceable thing. There's a difference between loving somebody and missing them, and missing what you have built together, and missing the image and how it made you feel. Men need to hear this more than anything. So gentlemen, ask the hard questions in the beginning. Some people say you should never ask a woman how many partners, sex partners, she's had. I say bullshit. Find out. See what you're dealing with. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of her past and how she may shut you out if she doesn't like your questions. If she does that, next. But don't be afraid to ask the hard questions for fear of how she will react. Ask the hard questions. Question women. Question them. I've only had 4 boyfriends does not mean she's only had sex with 4 men. Let's bring that number up to 20, but she only had 4 boyfriends. I didn't have sex with him. No, but you sucked his wiener. Because she is, to you, she's defining sex as this, intercourse. Ask the hard questions. Get that shit out of the way before you move forward. Never go to sleep wondering about things. Don't obsess over those things either. I'd like to say have realistic expectations, and you'll be pleasantly pleased. Forgiving a man for cheating is way different than forgiving a woman for cheating. I didn't say it was easier. I just said it's different. If a woman cheats on you, you will never be able to kiss her ever again. Never. Use your imagination on that one. You will not be able to put your lips on her lips. Can't. Moviegoers. I'm a moviegoer. Or I was a moviegoer, I should say. I belong to a membership theater that has a magnificent line of movies, independent films, not mainstream films. And it's beautiful and it's clean and it's quiet. And I love matinees there. And I haven't gone there in months now, literally 5 months. Do you miss going to the cinema? I'm not talking about these megaplexes. I don't miss going to those. I stopped going to those a long time ago. Every time I go to one of those big movie places with like 10 to 20 different movie theaters under one roof, I ask myself, what the hell am I doing here? But do you miss going to the cinema? I took a poll. 50% said yes, 50% said no. And I had a little conversation with some people about that. I like going to matinees because there's less people. And many times I will go to the movies on a Monday or Tuesday afternoon, and there's hardly anyone or anyone else at all. There's been countless times where I have gone into a theater to watch a movie, and I'm the only one there. And once you start experiencing that, man, it's hard to go to a crowded movie theater. Oh, it's horrible. Find an independent film theater. You'll love it. You'll never, ever go back to big theaters ever again. What is it about creeps and heartbroken men who've never recovered gathering and starting YouTube channels and trying to teach other men about game and women? I wouldn't put a broken man on a stage because all he's going to do is talk about his brokenness. That's it. I want to see men who have hope, not death and darkness. Why would you expose yourself to bitterness? Why would you spend money on something that's pessimistic? Spend your money on optimism, things that make your world brighter. You'll feel better in the long run. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list at georgebruno.com. This week, I am doing a random drawing for those that subscribed this week. I will be picking a name randomly tomorrow and sending that winner tactical soap. My last 2 girlfriends, literally, I believe, were the result of tactical soap, which has pheromones in it, which emanates. Now, normally I would edit that out. Let me finish. For instance, if you wash your hair and beard and body with the pheromone soap, and there's a link for it down below if you don't want to take a chance at a random drawing, just get the 5 bars of soap. It's incredible stuff. Trust me. In many studies that I've done personally over the past several years, There's times when I've gone out with no cologne, nothing, shower, broom, out. In a bar, amongst people, women passing by me the whole time. I use this. Women stop, look at me, smile, make eye contact. Some just come up and say, "Can I hug you?" Others will start dancing in front of me. I have friends that said, "Dude, what is up with you tonight? Why are all these women coming up to you?" And I said, "Dude, it's the soap. Don't knock it until you try it. And if you're a creepy weirdo, nothing's going to happen. You can hang soap off your neck and nothing's going to happen. But if you're a decent guy, friendly, easygoing, approachable, and you use this, let me put it this way. This is the response of women. There's just something about him. There was something about him. I know what that thing was. This right here. Don't doubt me. Trust me on this. I'm too old to be bullshitting you. Just try it. And with that, finish your coffee, and I'll see you tomorrow on the Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.
You know, I'm older now, so maybe I would have a different viewpoint on them. I've tried a lot more different types of food.
Yeah.
I like a lot of diverse food. I like food from different countries.
Oh, you would love this African place that I go to.
Really?
Yeah, man, an Ambler. It's I'll take you there sometime. Not tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be they have curried goat, oxtail.
Oh, I had oxtail before. That's
just
really
magnificent. Good. What I do is I talk to a lot of guys about manhood and stuff like that, as you know, and have a lot of fun doing it. And travel and speak and do the radio and TV. And so I thought, you know what? I talk to a lot of young men who don't have fathers. I mean, I will say that
fathers.
What's that?
Who never even met their fathers.
Never even met their fathers. So, like, you know your dad.
All that type of manly influence can really help somebody. It's hard when there's nothing at all.
Well, I have so many followers. I mean, as you know, that like had zero influence, male influence in their life. And literally, I get stuff every day. You're like the father I never had. Well, it's actually now it's getting to the point is where they're saying you're like the grandfather I never had.
Start dyeing your hair again.
A lot of guys don't have experiences that just like one man can give them, like a father stay at home, especially from a broken home. And I don't even like to say the word broken, because when something's broke, it sounds like it's of less value. So obviously we have a quote unquote broken home, but I don't view us as being any less valuable. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean
it's not the perfect situation.
Yeah,
I get letters from guys that are like raised in foster homes where they're like both mother and father are derelicts or drug addicts and that kind of thing, and they just go from foster home to foster home.
That's crazy. I can't imagine doing that.
Yeah,
oh, man.
Yeah, it's insane. All right, so you working out these days or what?
That
means no.
Well.